Wayne, what's the spirit been like amongst the lads over the last couple of days?
Oh, really good. Shouldn't be any reason why they haven't got good spirits.
So there's not been any sort of hangover from the defeat of the weekend in any way?
I hope not. No. Disappointment, but moving on.
Have you seen the right sort of reaction you would expect from them in training?
No, I don't. You know, how do you determine whether someone's more disappointed than somebody else with defeat and victory and more happy? So I don't try and judge that. I just turn up today. We were in good spirits today. We had a good meeting, had a good training session.
It's clearly a learning process as you get to know the players and get to know the squad more. How useful has it been the last few days in that respect, in seeing how they react from that defeat?
Oh, well, I've had enough losses in my life to be able to handle them, help players handle them. So, as I said, we've just moved on, and it is what it is. Can't change it. Just look forward to next time we're playing, doing better.
You talked about the players maybe just needing to be a little bit smarter at times during the games. What sort of things can you do to work on that to try and improve that?
Oh, well, that's part of the challenge as to what you can do, and yeah, we did some work today on that. It'll be an ongoing process for quite a period of time. It won't just happen overnight, but yeah, that's the thing I learned about them on the weekend, but they obviously don't know how to manage the game in that particular part when it needed to be managed better.
And in terms of fitness, is everybody okay? Or sort of
James Graham's the only guy that won't be available for selection this weekend. He's just got a small medial tear. It's not serious. It should be right next week.
And we saw Sam Burgess a little earlier with an ice pack on his thighs. That just
yeah, no, he's just got a bit of soreness there, but he's all good. He trained this morning.
Did you plan to make any other changes then, Wayne, for this week?
Not really. I'm not going to make too many changes. A couple there that I have to make. I want to give everybody in the squad a game, so I'll make sure I do that this weekend, with the exception of Sean Moore. But everybody else will be hasn't played. Will be in the team this weekend.
So Stevie Ward make his debut?
No, Stevie won't. No, no, he's the only one that won't.
So what do you want out of the Scotland game? Is this a process for looking ahead to the Australian game?
Well, it's what we want is another game playing together, get used to each other. That's the key. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Are you working on anything particular, trying to get your execution improved this week?
Well, we did a lot of things right on the weekend, so we're not way behind the eight ball, but we've just got to tidy up in a couple of areas there. And number one thing in what we do is not to beat yourself. And we beat ourselves on the weekend, so there's some areas there that we've just got to. But structure-wise and the way we defended and the way we attacked is all fine. It's just some of our decision making has just got to be better, and can only get that by playing more games and being under more pressure.
When the Midlands isn't renowned as a rugby league hotbed, how much are you looking forward to spreading the word in this part of the country?
Oh, look, I just do what I'm told, so they tell us we're playing here, and that's why I'm here. I'm not sure that I'm spreading the word on what I'm doing. I'm just doing my job. Yeah, so I'm not real familiar with how much rugby league's played here. I'm a little familiar with it, but not overly familiar. And they decided to play here, so I obviously thought they were trying to promote the game here. That was the obvious thing in my mind, but haven't asked a lot of questions.
Certainly Wasps have embraced playing their rugby at the Ricoh Arena. They seem to find it very much to their liking. Presumably you're hoping for the same on Saturday.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Well, obviously it's a good facility and all that, so 2 games there, Australia and New Zealand will be a top game as well, so it'd be good value.
And you've been well looked after at the University of Birmingham this morning?
It was a great facility, really, really good. Yeah, really pleased there. It's a wonderful university too.
What are you expecting from Scotland, Wayne?
Yeah, I don't really know actually. I'll start looking at a bit of video. I haven't seen them play, and so I'll just have to wait till I have a look. But they've got players that play in the competition here in the Super League. They've got some out of Australia, so I'll be more than confident. I know that much.
Wayne, how do you balance giving all the boys a game with maintaining continuity of having a set of
it's difficult. It just makes it a bit hard We've got guys haven't played since France and probably won't play now. You know, I know what the answer to it is. I really don't. But it's not what you want. But I don't know if we can do anything about it either. Just the boys have got to train all the time and be as committed as everybody else, but they just can't get a game of footy, which is what they want to do.
So George Williams will play then?
Yeah, George Williams will play this weekend. Yeah.
You mentioned before about England sort of managing games and seeing games out and things like that, and it being a long-running sort of process. Is that something you identified from the moment you sort of agreed to become an England
Well,
coach?
they identified it long before I arrived here. When I first came and talked to them in June this year, they identified that themselves, that they had lost too many games by too few points towards the end of the game. It certainly wasn't the fitness level that beat us the other day. No, it was just some decisions that we made compared to what our opposition did. We defended 10 sets in a row between the 27th minute mark and the 39th minute mark, which in itself was a magnificent effort, and they gave up 6 points, which is just about unbelievable. But you know, we've got to be better than that. We can't keep doing 10 sets in a row against quality football teams.
Aside from the game management stuff, Wayne, what have you made of the ability of the England players compared to guys that you've worked with throughout your career in the NRL?
Yeah, look, you know, you got to kind of get away from all the hype about some things that you kind of read and hear about and that type of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Sam Burgess is a huge name in our game in Australia. James Graham is. Josh Hodgson's making himself a great name. Oh well, they learned all their football here in England. They didn't learn in Australia. They took all they know over there, and you know, the boys here. There's no difference between their skill level and ability to pass and catch, and the difference is the intensity of the competition. That's the difference, but not in skill level.
Wayne, is this a chance this week for a lot of boys to stake a claim for the Australian match if they play well this week?
Well, I'm trying to stay as close to the team that I probably will think play against Australia. We just need more time together, and I can't get that if I don't play them. So this team won't be too far off the team that will play against Australia, with the exception of a couple of positions, and see how they go.
How do you think Widdop and Gale went together on Saturday?
Well, Gareth's been an Australian comp for a long time, and I thought he did some really good things, and there's a couple of things we all wished he didn't do. I just thought Luke was his defence was outstanding. I don't think he has a reputation in this country for defending, but he was really, really good. And I just think he probably lost his way a little bit because it was his really first big match, and I think he just let a few things slip by that I've encouraged him to grab and take in the future. He's a very talented football player, and as I said to him today, I said, he's not. I want him with the ball in his hands because he's good with the ball in his hands. He's a good decision maker. I've seen enough of him play this year, and I've seen enough of him training to know those things. So you don't want him not having the ball. You want him having the ball, and he just didn't get enough the other day.
What about Williams? How highly do you rate that?
Yeah, well, I got to see George. I saw him play in the finals and that, and I saw him play last year and that. Yeah, well, I think he's a quality player, George. So it's up to him now. It's going to get a chance. And
Do you already? I was just going to say, Wayne, any time you play Scotland, fantastic rivalry, England, Scotland, it's set up nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got to realise that. You don't always realise that when you're not, live here. And it was the same when I went to the Dragons and coached. We played a Sydney-based team, and I was from the Broncos, so I kind of didn't realise how important the game was to the boys. And they'd say to me, "Oh, this is a really important game, coach." And I'd say, "We're just playing so and so. What's so important about that?" Oh, no. So I've got to assume this game's the same. So I'll buy into it before the week's out. I'll get my head around it.
Do you have a fair idea in your head already of the team that will play Australia in London next weekend?
No, I think you'd all have that. I don't think it'd be something just exclusive for me.
How many places realistically are up for grabs then this weekend?
Oh, maybe 2 or 3. Yeah.
It's a knock-on effect of Gailey not getting his hands on the ball as much as he'd like. Obviously, Callum not getting as much ball last week. Looking to get Watkins more.
Yeah, well, it's all part of it. I mean, that's there is always a flow-on effect from those things. Yeah. So.
Like to see him get some more ball this week, Watkins.
Well, I know this much, he's extremely talented. So, yeah, we'd always like to see him have more ball, but sometimes you got to go looking for a little bit too. But he's got great talent.
Have you seen Friday's game yet, Wayne? Australia's got.
No, I haven't, but I will in the next 24 hours.
Was the scoreline about what you expected? Or?
I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I don't know what quality Scotland have or what they kind of bring. Well, I know what Australia brings, so. But so I'm not sure there was a fair indication of how they played or not.
You just think we're Scotland massive underdogs in this game. Is it about matching their desire first and then hopefully your superior quality will come through?
Yeah, that's right. Well, if we don't match them in desire, we're going to be in a fair bit of trouble before we even start the game. So I said to them after the game on Saturday, you know, like their effort was wonderful, it was outstanding, and we keep doing that, we'll win more than we lose. It's just, you know, I've been around long enough to know that. But the first part you've got to get right is the effort and the commitment. We got that right, so we've got to maintain that. And I expect us, you know, Friday, Saturday night, I want us to maintain that, and we'll get better in the areas that we need to get better in over a period of this series and into next year.
All good? Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.